So we're talking about things that we use in winemaking as additions. These additions are referred to as finings. And it's quite common in winemaking to use these finings to alter a wine in some way. A lot of the finings we use are actually proteins. Now, proteins have a shape and a charge. So what happens is we get something that has a corresponding shape and charge. The analogy of a lock and key is often used. The two can bind together and they can form a molecule which then takes one out of solution. So in this case, the protein in milk, which is called casein, this milk protein will actually bind to things in a white wine that are the more golden pigments, and also things that can cause bitterness. So things that make a white wine harsher and rougher, and they make a white wine look out of condition and a bit developed. So by mixing in a bit of milk powder, we can actually strategically bind and then remove that thing from the wine. It's a very selective process. So we use it a lot on wines that have been put through oak maturation, such as Chardonnay, and at Pig's Peak we often put Sauv Blanc through barrels as well. So that's something that we will mix into a wine coming into the bottling period. So one of the things I really like about finings is that they're just things that we find in nature. Typically we use things like egg whites, we use things like milk and gelatine, and they're all things you find in a farmhouse cupboard. So over 7,000 years of winemaking, people have just gone into their cupboards, had a look through, picked out various things and tried mixing them into the wine to see what would happen. And it turns out by chance that these proteins can be used to remove certain characters from the wine. The milk protein casein, interestingly, is actually completely insoluble in wine because wine is so acidic. So think about where you squeeze lemon juice into milk and the milk curdles. This is what happens when we add the milk protein to the wine. It curdles on contact. So in order to actually get it to react, we have to mix it in a very, very rapid manner, because as soon as we mix it in, it comes straight back out again as a curdled protein. So we tend to introduce it into the wine in a rapid stream, and we trickle it into the rapid stream. It has that very short time frame to react with the wine itself, curdles, and then when we stop agitating and stirring the tank, it will settle to the bottom of the tank and take the thing that we want to remove with it. And we end up with a layer of it in the bottom of the tank, the clean wine on top, and we take the clean wine off with a pump, and then we hose the milk proteins down the drain. We then put the wine through a filter after that, and the filter we use is 0.2 of a micron. The smallest bacteria, for instance, are 1 micron. So it goes through very, very fine filtration after it goes through this fining process. So again, milk protein is one of the things that are listed as allergens. So we put it onto the bottle, and it's there to inform you that we have used a milk product which could trigger an allergic reaction. Cheers.